Good evening. Thanks for joining. So go ahead and share.
So you may be wondering, what is nexLv all about? Well, let me ask you this. Would you drive on the road with a flat tire? Certainly not intentionally, right? And when fixing the flat, would you use tools to get that done? I would hope so. I've never seen it done by hand alone. A flat limits the speed you can drive and also gives you less control on the road. What happens when you experience a mental flat in your life? Similarly, you have difficulty keeping a steady course, and it affects how fast you can drive or move toward your goals. Like the tools you would use to change a flat tire, nexLv is a tool in your mental toolbox. With nexLv, there is no product to store or sell. The product is you. Using worksheets, guided meditations, audiobooks, and other content, you take the time to fix your mental flat and get back on your awesome journey towards success. Attend our weekly meetings so we can all grow as a community. We believe that we achieve more and at a higher rate of success together. Take your life to the next level today. Use this referral code during sign-up. nexLv is for you.
Thank you. My mic was off. I have so like if I show you my setup, it's insane. I have so many things on. Again, thank you guys for tuning in. Thanks for those who come in early just to let me know, hey, I don't hear anything you're saying. There we go. Yeah, so last week we spoke about New Year's resolutions and we spoke about healthy habits and building healthy habits towards success. And from that meeting, I'm so excited to let you guys know that I'm working and actually in the final stages of completing this book, the New Year's Resolutions Hack. It's a kind of a cheat code or a shortcut. That's what a hack is, helping you to figure out how to achieve your success with your New Year's resolutions. And so we're going to be talking a little bit more about that later. And I'll actually give you a preview of how it works, right? So you can kind of get an idea of what you're doing. So the question that comes to mind is, do we plan or do we not plan? Certainly, after 2020, now I was just speaking to someone on Clubhouse too, this 2020 just showed us like life can just throw you like a curveball. Even when you plan, even when you have things that you're looking to do, something like a pandemic could happen. And so I think one of the most destructive things the pandemic has done is kind of allow people to kind of give up on planning and really moving forward and doing certain things, because when the mayor shuts down the whole community or shuts down the businesses, it's like you feel like you have loss of control. And so that sense of loss of control makes you feel like, well, what's the point in planning? What's the point in doing anything if someone can just shut it down? But I tend to disagree with that. I think planning is very important. And certainly we have some wise men who said pretty much the same thing. If you fail to plan, you're planning to fail, right? That's Benjamin Franklin, Winston Churchill, and Napoleon Hill. And so I believe at 100% that if you're not making plans to succeed and to be successful, if you kind of just leave it up to chance. Chance is I don't know if you ever played Monopoly, but chance is a very tricky part of the game, right? It can work out in your favor, or it could send you to jail, or have like a negative effect. So I say don't leave it to chance. Plan to succeed. I mean, even if things changes, you still have some sense of direction. So I like to say it like this: planning is like a GPS. Right? You go in your car, you set your destination. That's your plan. Now along the road, as you're driving, detours happen, construction happens. It veers you off left to right. But because you already have your address and your destination set, your GPS will just guide you around or redirect you towards your set destination. So to me, that's what planning is, right? It's like having a GPS set. So if and when things go haywire or go wrong, you kind of know where you're going and what's happening, right? So this is the argument people often make, right? There's no point in making a promise I can't keep. Right? I'm not going to lie to myself. I'm not going to lose the weight, so why even put myself under all that pressure, right? And so a lot of people believe and they think that way when it comes to resolutions. Certainly I did, honestly, for some time. I'm like, I'm not going to play myself talking about I'm going to do this and do that. And so because of that, because of your success rate or your lack of success, you tend to think, I'm not even going to attempt it. And the statistics show that as well. Statistics show 45% of Americans make at least one resolution in January, so about half, right? But less than 25 of people keep their resolutions after the first 30 days. And then only about 8% will remain committed till the end of the year. So we see a huge drop off, a huge decline in the statistics. And so that again might even support your ideology. You know what? What's the point of doing it? I'm definitely not going to be in that 8%, so let me just not play myself. But I tend to differ. And if we're honest with ourselves, we plan all the time, right? Vacations, birthday parties, getaways, life events, we plan. How come when your birthday's showing up, you don't just willy-nilly go into your birthday celebration? Or, why are you sending out invites months before? Why you getting the dress put aside? Why you got the suit put aside? Why you calling up the DJ? Like, we get planning. Hey, what's up, Devon? Thanks for joining. Hey, T. Thanks for joining my Facebook family. Hey, Jackie on Zoom. Steven's on. I got two of my brothers on. Thanks for joining, guys. You guys are awesome. Right? So we plan all the time. So let's not act like, because people who get offended or bothered by this idea of planning are the same people who say, hey, put my birthday in your calendar. Right? Don't forget to come through. So we plan all the time for these kind of smaller events. And so why not extend that to planning for your life and for your success? So why is it important to plan? I kind of thought of these 5 points of why it is important. Number one, which I spoke about earlier, things would happen outside of your control. And so in thinking about that, I thought about surgery, right? Because I recently, as I often say, I had in my experience with COVID earlier this year, I actually had to have surgery because it was really bad. And I remember going into the surgical room and everything is just sterilized beyond belief. Like the doctor comes in with their hands like in the movies. Man, I love that. This looks so cool. And I remember he came in one time and like rubbed my shoulder by accident, and he had to go back and like wash his hand completely. And I'm just like, wow, am I dirty? But I'm just like, wow, everything has to be so perfectly sterile. But at the same time, there's a chance that even with all the sterilization, there's still a small chance that something bad may happen, or something something could still get infected. It can still happen, but they still plan, they still prepare. And so you'll never go into a surgeon's office or go in for a procedure and say, you guys don't have to worry about planning, it's going to be all good. You'll never say that because the chances of infection are very high. And so we understand why preparation is important, why planning is important, even in the even if there may be a slight chance of things going wrong, right? So things can happen outside of your control, but when you have a plan like that GPS, it sets you back on track. Number two, it's important to plan because planning is a tool for success. Companies plan. I worked as an analyst for a number of years, and every year we would have this major meeting where we do goal setting and we'll look at budgeting and forecasting. And even if we didn't hit our numbers for the current year, we still forecasted and budgeted for the following year and made adjustments so we can ensure that we have resources on hand to handle that. And so companies do this, successful people do it. So it's a tool, right? And so, I mean, you have to kind of not just do things because you think it's good or bad. Think about where you want to be. And if you want to be successful, listen to successful people. Read successful people books. Don't talk to people who are not successful for tips on success, right? Because their version of success is clearly different than everyone else's, right? And so that's what I do. And so I follow those. I try to build those habits and build those trends that successful people say works for them. Number 3, planning promotes collaboration, and that's really a powerful thing. Look at it this way: if I'm planning to start investing in stocks, and you're planning to start investing in stocks, because we both have plans that are similar, we cannot collaborate to actually form a partnership and do something bigger. And we all know that 2 heads are bigger than 1. Unless it's my head is huge. I got like a little drum thing. All right, but yeah, it promotes collaboration, like because there is a plan. There's something you can actually participate along. So it's good to have plans. And certainly, I've made business partnerships and been able to do a lot of things with because I have nexLv and have a plan for it. I'm able to actually connect with people who have plans themselves. So that's a very, very powerful part of planning, right? Ain't that the truth, Stephen? Yes. Hello, somebody. Hi. Number 4, which is very powerful, is very big, and I know not everybody might have faith or believe in God, but if you do, having a plan welcomes godly partnership, and that's a huge, huge thing. That takes me back to the story in Matthew with the fishermen who were out fishing all night and caught nothing, but at the end of the night it says that they tied up their boats, right? And then the next day Jesus came and he said he recognized the boats tied up. And then you know how the story went. He told them to cast the nets one more time. And they came back with bountiful fish that overtook their boats and their partners' boats. And there's a lot to unpack there. But the whole point is that when Jesus came, he noticed that their boat was tied up, which means they planned to fish the next day. And because they had a plan and the tools to execute the plan, God was able to partner with them to make a miracle and something successful happen. So that's really important for those of us that have faith and believe in God. When you plan, you're actually given something tangible to partner with you with to do some tremendous things. And I think that's a huge thing that you're missing out if you're not planning or if you're not a planner, right? So that's something you want to really think about. And secondly, planning is also a great source of motivation. I put weight loss there because that's just my thing I've been working on for the past few days, weeks, years. But yeah, it's a great source of motivation because when you know where you want to get to and the reason why, then it helps. It gives you your why for every day because you need that why on the days when it's like cold outside and snowing and you're hungry and you're tired. You need the why to get out of bed and really make it out to the gym, right? So it's a great sort of motivation. Why it's important to plan. So those are the 5 points I think are really helpful and really going to kind of motivate you towards planning for the new year, right? And so we're talking about the new year, new start. So be excited about 2021. I realized like 2021 was hard, and what I feel is people just assume that because 2020 was so horrible that 2021 is just going to flip and be the best year ever. And that's a bad assumption to make. You're setting yourself up for failure if you're thinking that. Thank you so much, Jackie. Right? So it's not going to happen just because this year was so bad. January 1st hits and it's paradise. It's like, no, right? What are your habits? Where are you trending towards? Because whatever your habits were, good or bad for 2020, will continue for 2021. And results will be similar, right? You know the same. If you do the same thing and expect different adults, that's a form of insanity. I think Einstein said that, right? So we're not trying to be insane for the new year, right? So I believe that good habits are the roads that lead to success. And so you don't have to worry so much. And this was a great kind of like moment for me when I thought about it, because I know I know we just have the big picture, what you would want to do, the house you would want to live in, the car you want to drive, you know, how much money you want in the bank. We know what those pictures are, and we even have a good detailed image of what that is, which is great, right? You need that mental, that visualization will help you. But the pathway to that place is what can be frustrating and what could be lead to like lack of motivation, because it's like, how am I in the world I'm going to get there? And habits are the key. It's just that simple. You can start a habit today, and the result of that habit will lead to that end game in the future, right? But we ignore the habits and we just look at the vision or the big picture and think like we just get there because we just look at it every day. And we know the power of visual boards and those things are very powerful. But along with that, what are habits that support your direction or funneling you towards that goal? And that's what you really have to think about, what you really have to consider. All right? Hey, Emery. Hey, Mom. Thanks for joining. Oh my gosh, you're home from school. So good to see you. I'm surprised, my mom. I hope you passed all your finals. I'm not trying to put you on blast, but my mom worked so hard. All right, so last week we spoke about the fact that we've all heard it takes 21 days to develop a new habit, right? I think that's something that's been shared common, but it's actually not the truth, right? That saying came from Dr. Maxwell Maltz, and I spoke about this last week, who in his book Cybernetics said that it takes a minimum of 21 days for an old mental image to dissolve and a new one to gel. And that became because whenever he was doing surgeries and replacing limbs, it would take about 21 days for that person to adjust the new limb being attached to the leg. And so that's where that came from. But he said a minimum of 21 days, but somehow we dropped that minimum word out, and so we just say 21 days. And so we've been like, saying that for years, 21 days to change, 21 days to change. And I don't know where it's echoing from. So 21 days to change, and so that's just not the. Come on, that's just not the truth. It's going to take you more than 21 days. And so if you believe that number, you're shortchanging yourself, right? A study was done in 2009, and Philippa Laley out of London actually found that it takes anywhere between 18 to 254 days to build a new habit, right? And the average being about 66 days. And so that's why the tagline for my book is called 66 Days to Returning to Purpose, because it's tracking your first 66 days of building this new habit. And so it's important, number one, to get the numbers right. Right? It's like saying, hey, I got you for the $100, and you come to me and I give you $35. It's like your expectation was different. And so our mind works the same way in terms of motivation. If you want to be able to motivate yourself to go far, you have to kind of give yourself realistic distance. Tell your mind, give your mind the right distance that you're about to go. If you shortchange your thinking or yourself up after 21 days, you're gonna be like, what happened? How come this is not happening automatic? How come this is not just going easy now? Why is it still so hard? Right? So yes, Ayana, we ignore the habits and we only look at the vision. That's a major problem. So we spoke last year about 4 things in terms of your New Year resolutions, and I really suggest making those planning for that, making those plans, and thinking about those goals, and then thinking about the habits to support those goals. But I said number one, and I just spoke about that. Tell yourself the truth, right? Let your mind adjust for the actual change. Don't think it's going to be quick. Don't think it's going to be 3 weeks and it's going to be automatic at that point. Really know it's going to be between 18 to 254 days, with an average of about 66 days. So just giving yourself the right time frame is going to help you motivate yourself, because you just know there's a lot of work coming. I said number 2, welcome resistance. Right? When you move forward, like this guy in the picture, I love that picture with the umbrella. It's puffed up because he's actually running forward. If he stood still, it would just lay on the floor. So the resistance or drag, even in aviation, it happens because an object is moving. So whenever you're moving forward, you will feel resistance, and so welcome resistance. Don't let that because what we tend to think is the resistance means that we're doing something wrong, or that we should stop and go back. But no, the resistance is just a sign that you're moving. Same thing with discomfort. Right? I went to the gym today. I'm very uncomfortable. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm very sore. But that soreness, I have to welcome it because that's a sign that I'm actually making a change and doing the right thing. And so the days that I'm not sore, it's just my fat cells multiplying. Right? So when I'm sore, I feel good because I know I'm heading in the other direction. Listen, I'm gonna be real. And then finally, I said to install your mental HR department. And this was important because I said that logically, when you quit, if you quit your job tomorrow, is your company going to quit too and are they going to shut down? No, they're not. They're going to just hire someone else. And so they have these departments of people and these systems set up to rehire and keep the work going. And so I say that to say, if you fail on your track to your goals, if you fail on your track to your goals, does that mean you quit? It's like, what is your system or procedure that helps you get back on track? And so that's what I meant by your mental HR. And so you have to have systems and procedures in place. Not too sure where the echo is coming from, but I'll definitely work on fixing that. Let me see. I just made a change. Let me know if it stopped or not. All right, so that's your mental HR. So think about your systems, think about your procedures that you need to have in place when you, and that's the thing too. You're gonna fall. You're gonna miss a day. You're gonna eat the cake. You're gonna order the chicken, whatever the thing is. We're gonna have to go into detail. Whatever it is, that's gonna happen. And so, what do you have in place to help you get that on track? That's gonna be a key to your success. And so, as we begin to wrap up, and I really want to hear from you guys tonight, so please be prepared to ask some questions or share out anything that you, any ideas about anything I said tonight. So I have there was three things I wanted to share with you guys, three products I have. Number one is just all the content that's on the website. So if you have not, it's also in the description of the live. You can go to nexLv.com/sign up and access all the content online. One of the most solid things that we have right now is this Trend to Purpose audiobook, which contains 7 audio files and also some worksheets that you can do. Now, the reason for worksheets, and I know that's like weird. But as an analyst working on these years, everything we did, there were trackers we created for. There were worksheets, Excel files. I mean, different words you can use. But there's always some way to track, to write, to record things. And businesses still do that today. Why are they doing that? How come they don't just leave it open in the air? Because you need to have something to refer to. Right? Just like our written constitution that was written years ago, but we still refer to that thing today for issues today. Right? And so when you write, and when you're doing these worksheets, it's like you're forming these mini constitutions and amendments, the changes that you're trying to make to your life. And that's why I have worksheets for everything that you do. And even the new book that's coming out is going to be a workbook as well. Because everything is going to be work. I love the worksheet and the workbook because everything is going to be work. And you have to just realize you're not getting to that place of success because you're very nice, and you're cute. Those things may be helpful for other things, but that's not just what's going to get you to success. Just because you're a nice person, you do nice things. What are your habits and what are your trends? What are your plans? Like there's so many things that have to be going on as well for that thing to happen, right? So that's going to be online as well. Also, I have guided meditations online that are very helpful to kind of prep in your mind. It's like a warm up for your mind. So in the morning when you wake up, these are very helpful for you to do so you can kind of set your mental, set your mind for the task of the day, right? Which is really helpful for that. But to talk a little bit now about the book, which is only $12.99, and this is the cover. I'm so excited about this. I think it's going to be very, very helpful to anyone that uses it. I'm definitely going to use it myself. And so what the book looks like, and this is not the actual book, this is a representation. And so it's a daily tracker, right? You can track your goals every day, and you can plan for your goals. Remember we spoke earlier about planning and the power of planning and what planning does. And so the book helps you to set your plans in the morning. In the morning you wake up, you set your plans, you plan your day, you tell your day, this is what's going to happen today, right? And that's important so that your day doesn't just make decisions for you. And people who are successful with meeting goals are people who have good what's called time and task management, and that comes from planning. And it's good. Every day also has a journal where you can kind of track your thoughts for the day. And I know a lot of people like journaling, and so that's why I made it a part of the book as well, because I feel like it'll be. Can you imagine after 2 months of doing your goals to look back and read through your progress, or even send it to someone else as motivation? Hey, I did this goal in this time, and this was my daily plan, my daily results, and these are my thoughts about my day as I went through the process. It's like you really giving yourself a great benchmark to build on beyond that, right? So I mean, it doesn't end after 66 days, right? It's just the first 66 days towards your purpose. But at that point, we're hoping to build automation into your habits, and that's where the power comes in, because now you're going on autopilot. It requires less mental thought, less mental physical energy. You just know it's 6 a.m. I'm up, gotta go to the gym. Gotta go run outside. Right? It happens. That automation will happen, but it takes some time to build that mentally, right? And that's why nexLv is all about the mind, because you can read success books, you can invest and plan, you can do all these things, but if mentally you're not in the right place, you'll find difficulty. You'll be like your own worst enemy, as they say, right? Towards your goals, all right, towards being successful. All right, so that's pretty much all I have to share out now. I would love to hear any questions. You could just type in the Zoom chat or the Facebook chat. I have that access here as well. Or any thoughts you would like to share out about what you heard tonight. I'll give you guys a second, because I know people say I usually say that and then I just go right to logging off. So I'll give you a second to share out. And so let me also help by kind of asking a guided question. What are some of your resolutions for 2021? What are some of the things you're trying to change and commit to in 2021? Anne-Marie, what's one of your resolutions for 2021? So T said I'm not really a resolution maker. Steven says thanks for the insight. It was a lot to take in. He's working on my EP as one of his girls. He's working on a music project. Good job, Steven. Good, yeah, and I think the word resolution and goals can be interchanged. Why is this fire? I think the words resolution and goals can be kind of interchangeable, right? Steven said that's being debt-free. Good one. Moving out of Brooklyn. Good. So we all have plans. So my question is, and this is where the kind of rubber hits the road. Are your habits daily trending towards that goal, towards that change? And so that's the tough question you must always ask yourself. Once you have your goals set, your resolution set, because you can want to be debt-free But if you're still overspending, you're not trending towards that purpose. And so that's when I say trend towards purpose, that's what I'm talking about. Right? So again, the book is going to be helpful for that process, because it goes day by day. Every single day is another opportunity to add to your strength. Be proactive in my purpose. Good. And Devon, as I think I said to you on a previous meeting, be specific. And whenever you read about goal setting, that's the first thing they always say. Specificity is so important, right? You have to be specific. I want to lose weight. It's not specific. I want to lose 35 pounds by February 28th. That's more specific, right? And again, the whole purpose of being specific is you have something that you can now track, because your goals should be quantifiable, right? If it's not specific, then if you lose weight, you have no idea how you're trending. You have no idea, well, am I doing okay? Am I doing really, really well? Am I going really slow? Am I way off track? It's like, what's the number? So I want to save money to move out. No, I want to save $35,000 and purchase a home in this neighborhood to get there. I think I told a friend earlier this week when we were looking for houses, and it was actually my wife called this house out and it wasn't even available. And we came here and said it was our house, and I was already over. I'm already like, listen, I'm not going to set myself up for failure. I'm just going to move on. And after some weird things, then of course, those of us who are faith, we know it's not weird. We know that's favor. But after that, and the house became ours, and it wasn't luck. And I truly believe if there wasn't that resolve mentally in our mind to have it would not have been ours. And you know what? I read books all the time, and these guys are talking about the law of attraction and all these other universal laws and how the universe does this. And I mean, it's the same thing. It's what we believe based on our faith, right? If you ask, you'll receive, right? If you seek, you'll find. Like these aren't like mind-blowing concepts that just came up, even though people act like they just got this stuff recently. Like we've been hearing this stuff since we were kids, but we don't believe it. We don't use it, right? We say it, but then we see a house and we're intimidated. We see a car, we get scared. We see a new job, we're like, Man, I'm telling you, I'm crazy. I apply for everything. I do everything. There's nothing I believe I can't do or I can't start or figure out myself. And I'm crazy like that. And I really hope some of you develop this insanity as well, because it will make you a very powerful human. Because the mind is just that powerful. If you visualize yourself being able to do great things and let those things happen, it's 100% going to come your way. But it's all about your habits. And so what I do every Tuesday at 7 p.m., it's a habit. It's a habit that I have to keep doing, get better at speaking, get better at not having my voice echo, at communicating with people, and it just becomes automatic like everything else. And so the CEO, the mogul, the business owner that you hope to be, that's going to be rich and successful, that person is not this person that just launched a business this year. You haven't become that person yet. It's going to be through habits, through failures, through successes, through trials and errors that you actually become that. And everyone who gets there says that. They say that's the way to do it. My audio is clearer on Zoom. Your audio not clear on FB. Yeah, so I have to figure that. I gotta figure that out. So, Devon, I'll need your help to help me with that. Okay, bro. So yeah, I think it's just something I have to change between. If I just posted a picture of my setup on my page. As you can see, I have like 2 monitors, my iPad, and my phone going. So between all these things, it's something weird is gonna happen. All right, but so my mom said I don't make resolutions, I set goals. It's the same thing. It's just semantics, it's wordplay. But it's the same thing. It's good to have goals. That's what we were talking about earlier. Is planning. Yeah. So a little bit about nexLv before we go, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask them now, and I'll respond to you as we go through this. And so nexLv again, it's a community that I'm trying to build. You guys are already part of this community. It's just people who are trying to take your life to the next level, but not just in an arbitrary way. It's like we're building mental habits and becoming mentally strong to get here and to do those things. And so it's definitely a community. And I definitely want to feel more like a community. And after COVID, and we're past this, these restrictions, I would like to have like networking meetings and things like that. We can invite people to meet up and talk about the journey. And I'm really hoping that you guys pick up this book and start setting your goals, and we can talk in like 2 months, and we can just have success stories. Because with everything, you have to have a success story, right? Why would I join this business? Why am I paying $2.99 a month, right? Without those stories. And so we already have some. I'll start sharing out some of those early wins that people are having through working this content out. But again, I'm excited to hear about your wins too. And it's going to be a tool that you can use, kind of like the tools you would need to change a flat tire, your tools to change your mental flat. So I always ask people what's in your toolkit, what systems and procedures you have set up for when things don't go wrong in your life, when things are going right, like what things you have to sustain it, right? And so nexLv can just be a part of your toolbox. I never suggest that this is the one and all stop, the one-stop shop, right? If you need therapy, definitely go see a therapist, right? If you need prayer, pray, right? So this is just another thing you can add to your toolbox. These are just more worksheets and more practical things that you can do daily to help you get to where you want to go. And so if you like what you see and you want to learn more, you can head to the website. It's also in the description. And sign up. There's a referral code that you put in, which is my referral code. And when you sign up with nexLv, you receive your own referral code. Will it be digital? It won't be digital at first, Steven. So it's going to be a physical copy. And I really want to keep it. I was thinking about doing an ebook, but I really want to keep it a physical copy because I really want you guys to do the work. It's just something different about having to pick up a pen and write. I realize like we are in new age and everything is just on the phone and digital and stuff, but there's still a power, and even educators study this stuff, and that's why the kids still write. There's a power that happens when you're visually looking at something, and also your hands are tracing and you're seeing what you're writing. There's a lot of sensual things, not sensual. That's not right. There's a lot of senses happening there that's going to help to reinforce whatever you're trying to learn or write. So I definitely will probably keep it a physical copy, Steven. So guys, pre-order it so I can have it out for you within the first 2 weeks of the new year. And then during my weekly live, I'm going to review my book with you guys and show you how I'm trending and what things I'm doing. Yeah, I love physical copies too. On there. Right, so as I was saying, so nexLv.com/sign up. The membership is only $2.99, and you'll have access to all there are more audio files, there are more worksheets. There's also a worksheet I did really quick on the power of words, and that was really powerful. And it's affecting me so much that when people speak negatively towards me, I've kind of become not too empathetic of it, because negative words are it's like contagious, it's like a cold, right? And so that's why oftentimes when people are negative, or you say that person has a negative vibe, that's what that means. It's like whatever they're saying, or however their face looks, or how they act just changes the whole room. You ever been in a room and somebody walks in the room and the whole it's just like a something ominous just comes over the room, right? That's what that is, man. So you have to thank you, it's good to write. So you have to just get negativity out. But the power of words is a great sheet that's available online too, that will help you to build what's called daily affirmations. Things that you say about yourself that are not true right now, but it's your reinforcement of your future self becoming your present reality. And so that's something that's very powerful, having daily affirmations. Again, this is not new, it's not groundbreaking, but maybe it's something that you've never consistently done. And so you don't get to benefit from the power. Like stocks is not new, but until you're in the market and start doing it, you'll never just receive dividends at home. Right? But people who do it, especially this year has been a great year for stocks. Don't be fooled. I realize that COVID makes it seem like it was a horrible year for everyone. That's people are coming out of 2020 pockets filled. So that's just a little side thing. Right? You have to be really informed and really looking at what's happening on the global setting, because there's always opportunity. Even in craziness, there's major opportunity. So that's some of the other works that's available online. So two things. Go ahead and sign up for nexLv and join our community, and also check out the link to pre-order your copy of the ebook. Not Steve, you messed me up. It's not an ebook. Of the physical workbook today, and I'll have those out for you very, very, very soon. If all hearts and minds are clear. Any questions before I go? Any shout outs? You guys want to share anything? Thank you so much for joining and sharing on Facebook. Thank you for those who came in on Zoom and partaked in this awesome time. And I'm going to work on that echo so it can be a little clearer next week. I'm going to ask my brother to help me out and log in. Well, I'll have it fixed. Just need some tweaking. All right, so I'm going to close out now. Again, thank you so much for joining and spending these 45 minutes with me every Tuesday. Come again next Tuesday. Please share and invite people. Let's build this community. I definitely want to start hearing more from you guys and hearing what your experience with the products and content is. Because again, that's how I become better myself. That's how this organization grows, because we have interaction with people, and people start to say things back to us like, hey, how about doing this? Hey, how about doing that? So shout out to T, my wife, Devon, Ayane, thank you so much for sharing. You guys are awesome. Thank you, Steven, for coming on. And I'll see you next week, Tuesday. Enjoy 2021. It's going to be a great year. But it will only be that for you if you start from today to change. That's why I started this workout thing before the year hit, because I'm like, I want to jumpstart my great year. I want to jumpstart my year, and there are more changes to come. It's like you have to be aggressive about the changes you want to see happen. It's not going to happen. It's because you really, really, really want it to happen, or because you've had such a bad. I've had a tough year, man. I'm on dialysis now because of COVID and stuff. So it's like I've had a crazy year, but that doesn't mean because I had a tough year in 2021, it's going to be really nice to me. It's like it doesn't work. It will be nice, but it just doesn't work that way, right? So you have to develop your habits and set your trends from today to get towards your purpose. Be specific. Make sure you can quantify it. Make sure you can count it and track it. And it'll start to happen for you. So again, I can't wait to hear your success stories. It's going to be over and over again. I'll have to go on live for 4 hours to hear all the success stories. You guys hit your goals next year. So enjoy your night, enjoy your 2021, and I will see you again next Tuesday. Bye now.
So you may be wondering, what is nexLv all about? Well, let me ask you this. Would you drive on the road with a flat tire? Certainly not intentionally, right? And when fixing the flat, would you use tools to get that done? I would hope so. I've never seen it done by hand alone. A flat limits the speed you can drive and also gives you less control on the road. What happens when you experience a mental flat in your life? Similarly, you have difficulty keeping a steady course, and it affects how fast you can drive or move toward your goals. Like the tools you would use to change a flat tire, nexLv is a tool in your mental toolbox. With nexLv, there is no product to store or sell. The product is you. Using worksheets, guided meditations, audiobooks, and other content, you take the time to fix your mental flat and get back on your awesome journey towards success. Attend our weekly meetings so we can all grow as a community. We believe that we achieve more and at a higher rate of success together. Take your life to the next level today. Use this referral code during sign-up. nexLv is for you.